I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, if you don't leave me alone, you're gonna have to send me home, 'cause I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator.
Classified my ass!
Government is another way to say better than you.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaverof Common Sense Show.
Want the fatheads to give you a blessing?
8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. It is Monday, November the 9th. How's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully you are all doing great. All right. Start of a new week. Start of some new news. I don't want to do news. I'm still asleep. Just to let my listeners know, the week of Thanksgiving, which is November 23rd through the 27th, I will be on rebroadcast. There will be no live shows that week. I will be, unfortunately, getting punished by my wife, and I have to go up to Pennsylvania to see the in-laws. No, I'm joking. I'm going to see them, but I'm not being punished. I actually get along with my in-laws very good, and brain fart. Which is funny because they are Democrats, and there's some interesting conversations that go back and forth. But we get along. We can put our differences aside. I think so can the rest of the world. Especially if me and my father-in-law can put our differences aside, because we have way different opinions on everything. I think everybody else can do it too. So, Democrats are searching for the fountain of youth. Democrats lean heavily on the young voters to win elections, but their leading candidate for the White House are 68-year-old Hillary Clinton and older than dirt 74-year-old Bernie Sanders. All right, wait a minute, let me back that up. I'm not saying 74 is older than dirt. The man looks older than dirt. That's one. I don't want to get a bunch of older people sending me a bunch of nasty grams. The two other Democrats who were often implored to enter the race at vice president. See, I'm not awake for my show today. Also, I want to give a little shout out. The live chat is on punditpressradio.com. Scroll on down to the bottom, right below the player, and you can click on the live chat and join me, because I'm very lonely, very bored. When I get bored, it's not good. For some reason, the host for shrmedia.com, there's issues, and I don't know what the issues are. It's above my pay grade, but I'm pretty sure it's on hosting side. So, as I said, they were also looking at Vice President Biden, who's 72. And this one, I am not saying that she is out of the race yet. I've been saying it for a while. I think she's going to pull something a little bit like what Obama did. Now, I know Obama was in the race early. Maybe not early, but you know what I mean. And but you really didn't hear about him till the last minute, until, you know, he came on strong at the last minute. And I think that was a little ploy that they used. You know, sit in the background, don't Don't have to sit there and spend the money. Don't have the dust ups. So just come in last minute and swoop in and steal the nomination. And I don't know. I have this funny feeling Senator Elizabeth Warren is going to do that. At 66 years old, she's going to swoop in at the last minute. Now you can't forget on the Capitol Hill by House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi and Senator Minority Leader Harry Reid, who are both 75. Now, what I find funny is we can't forget Minority Whip Steny Hoyer. Steny. He's 75. Pelosi's top two lieutenants are 76. And James Clyburn is 75. Harry Reid, expected successor as Democrat leader, and then next Congress is relatively spring chicken Chuck Schumacher, or excuse me, not Chuck, Charles Schumacher. Dang, I'm really off today. Senator Charles Schumacher, and he's 64. Never heard of him. How? Oh, and Obama's now what? 54. That's still not that bad. Since Obama's election in 2008, Democrats have racked up a net loss amounting to more than 900 seats in state legislatures, almost 70 House seats, 13 Senate seats, 12 governor's mansions. Now, what I also bring that up because I find it funny because there was the schmuck that was making a comment this weekend on Facebook that we need to shut up and come over to the winning team, the Democrat side. If that's what you call winning, losing 900 seats in state legislative, 70 House seats, 13 Senate seats, and 12 governors, that's what you call winning? Yeah, I'd hate to see if you're losing. The only thing they have successfully done is kept the presidency. And I'm not going to go into everything, but everybody has their questions about the legitimacy, but it's too late. It's done. He's almost out of here. It's something we need to look at to make sure that no president in the future is able to do that again. Now, in contrast, you look at the Republican Party, and you got 45-year-old Paul Ryan, who is now the GOP leader. Senator Marco Rubio, whether you like him or not, he's 44 years old. And the leading contender for the GOP presidential nomination is a 44-year-old Senator Ted Cruz. And discussions about younger Democrats who can perform in the glare of the national spotlight tend to begin and end with 48-year-old Christine Gillibrand, 46-year-old Senator Cory Booker, and a pair of 41-year-old twins, Castro, both Texas. Castro is frequently mentioned as a possible vice president candidate for it on a Clinton-led ticket. But this goes to the conversation that I was having not too long ago. The Democrats were accusing not only of the Republicans being a white party, which it's actually has the most minorities from top to bottom. And if you don't believe me, there is a CNN article that omits it that says Republicans from, your local up to the top level have the most minorities in its party, but the Democrats are the ones that tout that line. And the one thing I've learned in EMS, not to jump off subject, even though I am. One thing I learned in EMS, he who brags the most knows the least. So these Democrats out there running and bragging away, running their mouths, bragging away. That tells me that you have no accomplishments. If you got to brag and if you got to push, oh no, look at that, the Republicans are the old white party. And what did they come out with roughly 8 years later? They come out with the party of if you sneeze on them, they're going to fade away to dust. I mean, seriously, Sanders, man, does he even go out during the daytime? I figured he's only coming out at night. And he says he wants to kill Christianity and religion. Well, he knew Jesus, and Jesus, pushed him away because he saw him as a narcissistic person. So, he has a beef to settle, I guess. But hey, you call it the winning party. 900 seats. 900 seats. Total, I mean, you're talking what? 970, 982, 995 total seats going from state to governors to Senate to House. 995. You're 5 short, and we need to take a look at what just happened. Last week's elections? There was some more seats lost by the Democrats. Winning ticket. Oh my God. Oh, that is funny. I'm not trying to give any tips for the Democrats to get better, but like I've always said, we cannot have straight Democrats or straight Republicans. It's that whole yin and yang thing. I think we need both parties. Too much of conservatives would be too much. Too much Democrats. Well, we saw that. What happened in 08 and 09. And they accused the Republicans of being the party you know. They're the party that doesn't get diddly done. Diddly do. Republican strategist Ford O'Connell insists that Democrats have no bench. He also asserts that the fallacy of maturing talent was a consequence of the election losses Democrats have suffered since 2008 high point of Obama's election. Such losses could hurt them for more than a decade. They're not doing too good. And it's happening even more now. People, they got the young vote right now. We don't know exactly what they have. Because I will admit these polls that are taken are not exactly accurate. They only take into account landlines. So, a lot of people, including myself, do not have a landline. I only have my cell phone. Sorry about that. It just... And it's just not looking good altogether. See if the latest polls are in. I know what they looked like last night, but it seems Monday morning a lot of them come out. And then I look like an idiot giving the wrong numbers. Looks like they still haven't come out. But Trump's back ahead. Nationwide average. Paul's back down. Well, he still at 2.5. And he's not gaining any ground. He's starting to lose some ground. I've said it before. I was a Paul supporter up until he started running for president, and he just, I don't know what the heck happened to him. He became like, he got the Napoleon syndrome, or complex, I should say, and he's just been a mean little midget. All right, Juan Williams, politics, a sport for billionaires. Tom Perkins, a Republican billionaire venture capitalist, once offered a Hunger Games take on money in American politics. You pay $1 million in taxes, you get 1 million votes. How's that? Perkins proposed in a speech. No. Perkins' words sound like a billionaire's fantasy unleashed about total political dominance of the lower 99.9%. It is a game to him, and it's not just on the Republican side. I know the Democrats scream about the Koch brothers, the Koch brothers, the Koch brothers, the Koch brothers. Well, you have George Soros, and don't tell me he doesn't have the money, because he's over in Europe right now messing with the borders. Talked about that last week. You have Tom Steyer, that's 2014, he ended up donating on total somewhere like $100 million, and he plans on doing it again for 2016. So, you got billionaires on both sides of the aisle that are doing this. And I get tired of listening to Democrats cry about it. Well, don't cry and point at the other person when you have the exact same thing going on in your party. Plain and simple. Don't complain, because you got more of them. I've gone over the stats. I've looked at the money trail, and it is majority of it goes to Democrats. And if I learned one thing, is when the Democrats are crying that the Republicans are doing something, I better look their way. I better look at what they're doing. Because they're trying to cover up something that they're doing that is not exactly right. At least, this article was written by Juan Williams. Of course, he's going to bash the right side. He's going to bash the Republicans. He's going to bash the, Koch brothers. It just, I don't know. And Hillary Clinton is basically saying she's going to stack the deck on the Supreme Court. She's going to stack the deck, and she admits it. I will do everything I can to appoint Supreme Court justice who protect the right to vote and do not protect the right of billionaires to buy elections. That's not what she's saying. She's going to stack the vote. And we know both sides do it. But she's, pandering to the masses. Oh, I'm going to protect. You got the most billionaires donating to you, They always said, if you don't have anything nice, don't say anything at all. All right, remember, Monday through Friday, you can catch Reaverof Common Sense right here on shrmedia.com and punditpress.com. You can also go, that's right, you can go to my website, reaverofcommonsense.com. You can catch the past shows, and you can listen to the show live. While you're on my site, if you would, on the left-hand side, there's a little thing that is there. Just click liking. That'll keep you up on Facebook on everything that's going on with the Reaverof Common Sense. That, remember, every Monday through Friday, noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on shrmedia.com and punditpress.com. And we also have Wednesday nights. Wednesday night is Reaver After Dark with the Jersey Boys. That's 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
You have been listening to Reaverof Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network. In a world controlled by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. You didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people are misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation looking for direction needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, Pundit Press Radio, and YouTube through the SHR Media page for a different kind of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because the truth is not always pleasant.
Hey, it's Jersey Joe from Reaverof Common Sense, and we have moved to a new night and time every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on shrmedia.com. You will catch the Reaverof Common Sense uncensored, unfiltered, and only on shrmedia.com.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Lonely sidewalks, silent night, bring the evening deep inside.
welcome back to the Reaverof Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. All right. We had been discussing the first segment about Democrats searching for the fountain of youth and Juan Williams' Politics, a Sports for Billionaires, which was basically how the billionaires are jumping into these elections and trying to buy their way around. And I find it funny, everybody bashes Trump for a comment he made in the first debate where he said he has bought politicians. When he donates them, he owns them. When he donates a mass amount of money to somebody, to one of the candidates, he owns them, and they owe him favors. Now everybody's, oh my God, look at that. But yeah, everybody's been running around for how long now screaming, oh my God, look what they're doing. They're buying candidates. That's all they're doing. They're buying candidates. And then he comes out and says, yeah, that's exactly what we've done. That's exactly how politics have worked, and I want to stop it. Oh my God, we got to go nuts. You know, people, and it's American people on both sides. You scream that you want something or you don't like something. Then when someone comes along that they're going to do it, oh, we can't trust them. Nope. We can't change things. No, everything has to stay the same. Well, I don't know what the answer is, but we ask for stuff, we get it, and then we complain about it. The American way. So, this one I find funny as it just... Reid and Pelosi pushing for repeal of Obamacare's Cadillac tax. If I was the Republicans, I would make them give up so much to support that. They would have to give up so much. They would have to repeal other stuff within Obamacare. They would have to agree to it, or the Republicans would not do it. Start playing hardball. You have the upper hand. They want to get rid of this because this Cadillac tax is going to hurt. It is going to hurt. Make them repeal other stuff. Make them cut other stuff. Make them give in. Make them beg for it. Just don't lay over, okay, we'll do it. For what, like 6-7 years now, we've been trying to repeal Obamacare. We've been trying to repeal bits and pieces. As Harry Reid sat as majority leader and laughed and refused to bring any of those bills to be voted on. And now he wants to repeal it. Now, before the election and before all this is going to take effect. Well, really, it doesn't take effect until 2018 anyways. But now he wants to repeal it. Now he wants to look good to his constituents. Before it was a big FU to everybody. And now he wants to repeal it. Play hardball. Make them give up other stuff. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi are working behind the scenes to repeal one of the most controversial taxes in Obamacare. Multiple sources tell the Hill. I know they're not going to go and take the taxes away or the fines because it is not a tax. It is a fine if you do not have health insurance. Take that one away. Take that fine away from the American people. How about doing something for the American people and removing that? Because if Obamacare is so great, it can stand on its own and people would want to join. People would not be forced to join. If it's so great, why did they have to put that caveat in there? Why did they have to say that it's mandated that you have to join? Reid and Pelosi have been talking since the spring with Obama about repealing the Cadillac tax on employer health care benefits. A senior Democratic aide confirmed on Friday. The point is, they both want to get this done. Opponents of the 40% exercise tax on high-cost health plans believe 2015 is their last best chance to get the provision repealed before presidential politics grind the legislative process to a halt. Now they want to do it. You put it in there, Pelosi. You are the one that sat there. You have to vote to see what's in it. You were the one that put all this garbage in there. Reed, you are the one that pushed all this garbage in it. And now you want to repeal it? Are you afraid what it's going to do to your party? Yeah. With just 2 months left in the year, sources say the most ideal option for Democrats is attaching repeal to a package known as a tax extender. The cost of the extender bill is typically not offset, making it an attractive vehicle for ending one of Obamacare's biggest revenue generators. So, basically, yeah, they don't end it, they just shuffle it to another spot. Great! Reid and Pelosi have not settled on a plan and are leaving their options open, the aide said, adding that the work on ending the tax could carry over into next year. It is clearly a commitment for the Democrat leadership, AFL-CIO lobbyist said in an interview in his downtown office Friday. We think there's a real chance to get this done, as big a lift as this is. Yeah. Because the unions are now bitching about it. Oh my God, we got to change some stuff. But when us American people bitched about it, Reed, you called us liars. Republican parties need to stand up to this and make other things be repealed. Not shift this to another way of tax. Repeal this and repeal other parts of this bastardized health plan. But we know McConnell is going to lay down faster than a 5-cent hooker. Right? That's what he ought to go do, is become a cheap hooker. Lays down fast for everybody. And here's another one. Feinstein, Obama plan in Syria won't do it. Really? Really? We've been complaining for 3 years? As you Democrats have accused everybody of being warmongers? And now you're saying that sending 50 special operation troops to Syria to combat the ISIS is not enough? No shit, lady. Excuse me about that. It's just... And it's funny because I glance at these articles. I know what they're about, but yet this one just chafes my backside. Now, before the election, they're trying to do things. Now they want to do things. Now, 50, that isn't going to go bad. We need to do more. But yeah, for 3 years now, we've been trying to do something to Republicans. And they said, oh, you're just warmongers. You want war. Not saying we shouldn't. I agree with what she's saying. But it's just that out of nowhere, now, 3 years later, she's finally speaking up. Why didn't she speak up 3 years ago? The special forces are limited, I think, to 50. That won't do it, she said Sunday on NBC's Meet the Press. If we're really going to use special operations, quick in, quick out, you have to do it in a much more comprehensive way to get at ISIS. The vice chair of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, Dianne Feinstein and intelligence, that is two oxymorons. Well, that's a oxymoron. She is just a moron. No, I do not like Feinstein. No, I do not like green eggs and ham. No, I do not like Pelosi or Reid. Sam, I am. And this one, she runs her mouth about guns, and she doesn't know. I have seen her doing these photo ops, and she's clueless when it comes to weapon and handling a weapon. She's pointing it at the crowd with her finger on the trigger. She has done it multiple times. It's not just one oopsie. It has been multiple times. You don't do that. That is a number one no-no. Well, that's 2 number one no-nos. You do not point it in that direction of a crowd. You point it in a safe direction, up or down, whatever the safest is at that situation calls. And you never, ever, 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 ever put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to pull the trigger. That's rules 1 and 2. Next is know your sights and know what lies behind. You're responsible for what that bullet does. Now back to the article. After I went on that tangent. It's just... and ISIS is winning. Everybody knows that. ISIS is getting stronger. We have majority on the left and one moron on the right who's fighting, saying we shouldn't get involved. I would rather take the fight to them than the fight be over here. And the Democrats have allowed the fight to come over here. All right, it's that time again. Remember, every Monday through Friday, noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on shrmedia.com and punditpress.com. And you can catch it on reaverofcommonsense.com. Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by me, Jersey Joe. And every Wednesday, don't forget, catch Reaver After Dark, hosted by the Jersey Boys. That would be me, Jersey Joe, and Crash. Every Wednesday on shrmedia.com at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also on punditpress.com. Whew, that's a mouthful. Now, remember, everybody, go to reaverofcommonsense.com. And on the left-hand side, there's a little button. Click like. Get on the Facebook. Yes, get on the Facebook. I don't know. All right. Click the like button. Keep up to date everything that's going on in the Reaver. It lets you know when I do new articles, so you don't have to check the page every 5 minutes. All right, everybody. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network. In a world controlled by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. You didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people are misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation looking for direction needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, Pundit Press Radio, and YouTube through the SHR Media page for a different kind of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because the truth is not always pleasant.
Hey, it's Jersey Joe from Reaverof Common Sense, and we have moved to a new night and time every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on shrmedia.com. You will catch the Reaverof Common Sense uncensored, unfiltered, and only on shrmedia.com.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Wish I was too dead to cry, a self-affliction fades, stones to throw at my creator, masochist to which I cater. You don't need to bother, I don't need to breathe, I'll keep slipping farther, but once I hold on, I won't let go till it bleeds. Wish I was too dead to care, if indeed I cared at all. Never had a voice to protest, so you fed me shit to digest. I wish I had a reason, my flaws are open season. For this I gave up trying, one good turn deserves my time. You don't need to bother, I don't need to be, I'll keep slipping farther, but once I hold on, I won't let go till it bleeds. Wish I died instead of lived, a zombie hides my face, shell forgotten with its memories, dire is left with cryptic entries, and you don't need to bother, I don't need to be, I'll keep slipping farther, but once I hold on, I won't let go till it bleeds. You don't need to bother, I don't need to be, I'll keep slipping farther, but once I hold on, down my deceit.
And welcome back to the Reaverof Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're having a good time listening. All right, I want to give a little shout out for tomorrow. I am going to have a special guest, Catherine Going. I know I'm probably butchering her name, but Going. She deals with the Republican Leadership Initiative Program from the Republican National Committee here in Florida. She's a staffer for the Republican Party of Florida. We will have her on the show tomorrow. So, that should be fun. Going to try to get a little bit more guests coming on. Break up me constantly yapping in your ear. All right. So far, we've discussed, the Democrats' search for the fountain of youth because their party's getting old and brittle. Juan Williams talking about politics as a sports for billionaires, which is pretty much dead on. You also have Reid and Pelosi pushing for repeal of Obamacare Cadillac tax. And then we had Feinstein saying Obama's plan in Syria won't do, which is what the Republicans have been saying for a while. All right. In Iowa town, on November 2nd, the city council voted to remove a temporary memorial to fallen soldiers from a city park. The memorial was removed because one person complained and an outside atheist group, jumped all over it and threatened lawsuits. Well, they voted and they did remove the temporary memorial because it's a soldier kneeling at a gravesite with a cross on the gravesite. So that's what everybody the one person was complaining about. So they went and removed it against the wishes of the people of the town. I believe it was the next day. Let me take a look. Yeah, that next day was election day. Guess what? By the way, the vote was 3-2. So, and the three that voted to remove it were up for re-election. Well, the one decided, I'm not going to run again. And the other two lost. Now, the town has only something like a 2,000 population. It's a small town, Iowa. It's not uncommon. I don't know if that's the exact number, but it's a small town. The two idiots that ran for re-election only got 15% of the votes in a small town. They were voted out of office. The people told them they didn't want that removed. They wanted that to stay there. These politicians went against the wishes of the people, and bravo to this town, they voted those idiots right out of office. Now, it has been way too long that politicians have been doing what they want. They have decided what's best and not do what the people want. The people that put you in there, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to do what you want. Because when I look at a candidate, to be honest, I really don't give a shit what they want. It's what are you going to listen to the people about? Because that's what ultimately you're there for. Not to do your agenda. You are there to do the constituents' will. But we have forgot about it in this country. We have forgot what politicians are supposed to do. And this town stood up and voted them out. Now, the town's mayor stood up and defended the council vote, saying that no one really wanted to remove the display, but the city needed to avoid a costly court fight over the situation. Well, here's something for you. It was one person complaining out of the whole town. Then you have an outside group come into your town. Tell that outside group to go piss off. Piss off, mate. Plain and simple. Bravo for that town for voting out the people who did not listen. Now, it is my little Napoleon complex friend, Rand Paul. Well, he's been shooting his mouth off a lot recently, which Surprise, surprise, since he decided to run for president. And surprise, surprise, he's only at, 2.5 national average. Now, hear what I said. National average. I know there's one poll that has him at 4%. The other polls have him at 2%. So you go a national average, and it comes down, because I had gotten our discussion with someone that couldn't get that through their heads, that I was giving a national average. He wanted to pick which poll he wanted to listen to, which of course was a 5%. And I even told him fine, because at that time Rand Paul was at like a 3.6. I was like, fine, and I will give you the 1.4% that you're complaining about. But anyways, he is now down to a 2.5, and his comment is, U.S. really lucky Rubio wasn't present during the Cold War. Now, I do not like Rubio. He is my senator in Hillsborough County, Florida. He represents my area. I am his constituent, and I do not like him anymore. That's here or there. Well, I'm going to say this about Rand Paul. Thank God Rand Paul wasn't around prior to the Revolutionary War. He would be bitching and sticking up for the king. That's the type of person he was. And that we don't need to go to war to free this country. That man is such a wimp. He wants to turn our country, finish Obama's process of bringing all the troops back. If you remember, that was one of Obama's promises of, I'll bring all the troops home. Well, Rand Paul wants to do the same. He doesn't want to get involved in anything. He wants to stick his head in the sand and not deal with anything other than the United States. Well, unfortunately, we can't do that, especially in today's society. There's too much going on, and he has even said it, not read. I have heard come from his lips that he feels if we ignore ISIS, ISIS will ignore us. That's real nice thinking. I wish it was that easy. I really do. I really wish that it was that easy, that if we just ignored them, they would ignore us. But on the other hand, can we stand here as people that have the ability to protect and watch as they massacre thousands of innocent lives, cut heads off of live people? Can we sit here as a country and do nothing? And if your answer is yes, sit here and do nothing, I'm sorry, but that is sick. That is sick and disgusting. Because I hope that if something was going on in this country where our government went totally nuts and started doing something like that, that another country would step in to help protect, not take us over, but step in to help the people of the United States. This idiot, if he was around just prior to the Revolutionary War, he would be against going to war. And it is showing. He is proving why his stance is wrong. And if you look at his 2.5 national average, that tells you why he is wrong. I don't know what the heck happened to him, but one thing I know for sure, and there's people that are not smart enough to see, he used the Tea Party, and there's Tea Party people still standing up for him. Oh, he's a Tea Party member. No, he isn't. He is a libertarian. And I don't have a problem that he is a libertarian. I don't have a problem with that. But stand up on your conviction that you're a libertarian. If you're so proud and so sure of your view of and being a libertarian, admit it out loud. Say it out loud. Say, I'm not part of the Republican Party anymore. I have conservative values, but I am a libertarian. Let the Tea Party people know that you used them to get elected. Because that's what he did. He knew he can get elected because there was a big surge for the Tea Party at that time. He knew he can get elected that way, knowing that he had more libertarian in him than anything else. And the Tea Party members still back him blindly. I made a comment about he's a libertarian. No, he isn't. He's Tea Party 100. No, he isn't. If he is a Tea Party, why is he attacking Rubio? Why is he attacking Cruz? Why is he attacking his own? Why? Because he's out for himself. He's exactly like a Democrat. He's out for himself. In fact, this next one, he accuses of Rubio of being exactly like Hillary. Again, I do not like Rubio. I despise Hillary. But Rand Paul, has more in common with Hillary than Rubio. Because he is... Actually, no, because even Hillary has no problem standing up and going to war to this country. I know she says the opposite, but she voted differently. And that's what Rand Paul goes into this article of Rubio and Hillary are the same because we want to put a no-fly zone in Libya. We want to help protect other people. But this man is too gutless to do anything, and he wants to stick his head in the sand and pray everybody goes away. Well, listen, everybody, that is my show. Remember, every Monday through Friday, Monday through Friday, noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on shrmedia.com and punditpress.com. You can catch me, the Reaverof Common Sense, hosted by Jersey Joe. Also, you can go to reaverofcommonsense.com. You can listen to the past shows, and you can listen to my live shows as I broadcast them right from my page. And remember, click the little like button on the left-hand side. Keep up to date everything Reaver when I post new shows, when I post articles. And every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you have Reaver After Dark, hosted by the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash. That's right here on shrmedia.com. I'll catch everybody tomorrow. Have a good day.